Welcome back, folks, to Chicago 811. How the hell's everyone doing? Yes, sir, guys. You can see behind me, big project going on. Big project, folks. And plus the Chicago weather, we're still in winter. I don't know where spring's at, but you can see it's cold out here. Anyway, folks, we're out here on this big project. Going to be a lot of bleed off. So I'm going to show you the techniques I use to make sure I can mark the utilities accurately and I'm not bleeding on other utilities by using the peak and null method. Peek it out one way, null it back. That's what this video is all about, folks. It's very crucial. Alright, folks, please like, subscribe, and let's get into the video. Oh man, it's still winter out here in Chicago. I cannot believe it. Alright, I got my first tone here. After doing my sweep, and I got my tone here after completing my sweep. What I'm looking for is that my peak graph is nice and strong, so you can see how high it is, nice and strong. My compass is nice and straight with my line, and I'm gonna verify it by turning it, and the arrows are still straight with the utilities when I turn it, and my peak graph up here came all the way down. So I know I'm on my target point. I know I'm on my utility going that way. See, my peak graph moved here, but as you can see, just because it moved there doesn't mean my utility's there. Look at my gain here. I'm at 72%. That's pretty high when I'm on kilohertz. So what a lot of people do, a lot of locators do, they'll bump it up like that, and that's forcing your tone. You never want to bump it up, because you're forced your tone. If you first sweep and you get a tone here and a low percentage on your receiver, and it's a strong peak, most likely your utility's right there versus being right there, if that makes any sense. Because right here is bleed off, and how you can tell, your peak graph is not that strong. The compass is tilting the other way, saying, hey, most likely your utility that you want to locate is over here. So remember, never force it up. Complete your sweep before you want to bump your gain up to see if you pick up any tone anywhere else here. If this is the only spot where your peak graph moved, then bump it up a little bit, because then most likely this will be your target run. But in my case, I got my tone over there where the red mark is. So I know my utility's down there, not up here. So remember, folks, don't force your tone if you're ready on your initial sweep. If you got a good tone, And like right here, this is strong single. You can see my peak graph moving nice and strong. And it's going right over the utility, up and down. Like you're massaging the utility. So I'm gonna peek it out. And you can see I'm massaging the utility with the peak graph. It's going up and down. Up and down. Up and down. That's how you want to swing it. When it comes down, swing it the other way. When it goes back up, down, swing it the other way. Up and down. So I'm dotting every 25 feet with my peak, and I'm following it nice and smoothly. Up and down. You see, up and down. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Up, down. So I'm traveling all the way out. Yeah, it says I could be nulling it back almost a quarter mile. So I always do it to all my projects. My project might be a mile long. The process that I do in the field stays the same. I peek it out, turn around and null it back. My process never stopped, never change. I constantly do the same thing over and over. It's a pain in the ass, folks, but I'll tell you one thing, you will not get damages. If you do the techniques I'm showing you, you won't get a damage. So you see I'm peak and peak, up and down, up and down. And now you can see, I lost my tone. So at this point here, I want to go back to where I lost the tone. So this is my last good reading right here before I lost it. You can see my compass turning this way. That doesn't really mean shit yet. So I lost my tone here. Compass turned that way, but now, since we got a lot of utilities out here, I lost my tone at this spot here. I'm gonna do it 360. Since my compass is turning that way, I'm gonna do a 360 the opposite way of where my compass was turning. So you can see my compass is turning this way. So I'm gonna do the opposite. I'm gonna do my 360 the other way. And I'm gonna do about 25 feet away from my last tone I lost. Okay, this is my tone that I picked up, so I know I'm on my target going that way. Now I'm gonna complete it to find out where my bend is. Keep going. Okay, I passed where my tone is. I passed and my peak graph went down. So now I'm gonna baby step it back. Now I'm gonna massage it up and down. See the peak graph going up and down? Now I'm gonna pinpoint it. Highest numbers, I'm right here. So I know I completed my 360 sweep from this point here, about 25, 30 feet away, and I got a tone there. Now what I need to do is pinpoint it back to where the bend is. So my bend is over here, so I need to baby step it. So I'm gonna massage the utility back and forth with the compass, find out where the bend is. So you want to peek it and baby step it to catch the bend, because you don't want to be off on the bend. They're going to guarantee to hit the utility. So I'm gonna baby step it back, and I'm gonna peek it to my last dot. So my last dot was here, where I lost my tone. So I lost my tone there. I'm gonna peek it all the way back to my last known good dot. So I know my utility's here. I know I'm here, and now I know since I baby stepped it back, my utility is running at a 45-degree angle. So you can go back and forth, baby step it back. So I want to catch this bed now, the other 45. Oh man. I'm trying to record something.
I'm sorry. Stop it. You not on yet?
I'm trying to record something. See, I get interrupted. All right, so I want to catch this bend right here. So I'm keep going. So it's keep going. See, my cup is getting all crazy. So I'm gonna baby step it. Just see how far this 45 goes. So baby step, really slow. All right, now it looks like it's turning on me. So now I got a 45 right over here to the structure, and I'm looking power. So now, since I got that like that, I'm gonna baby step it back here, because you can see it's weird. So I want to make sure this is marked right. The 45s are marked right. So I'm gonna peek it back and see where my peak going back towards the boxes is away from my other peak. So I'm more way out here. See the difference? So I know I'm good here on this bend here. So at this point here, I'm gonna null it back to see my response. So when I'm nulling, I'm watching my arrows and the peak graph. If my peak graph moves consistently with my arrows, I know I'm dead nuts on it. So what I like doing, see it's not nulling that great here. See how it's nulling? It's not nulling, that's not a good null. Not a good null. So when you don't have a good null like this, you need to use the peak method. That's the best option, see? The null's giving me a false positive reading, so I'm over here more. So I'm gonna baby step it on peak to pinpoint this utility. And it turns right here. So this point here, I got two marks. See how far my marks are? Going in one direction, you got a peak, and then going back to your box, your peak pushes you off your original mark. So since I know I'm here, I'm going 6 inches on either side of my marks. So I'm covered here, and covered here. So now my cable starts running on an angle, actually my duct package. And as long as I communicate with the contractors, they'll be fine, as long as they find the utility. So this one here goes more like this. Gonna make it kind of straight. It's messed up, folks. It's messed up, man. Winter in Chicago still. We're in the spring. So I know I got a 45 here, so I'm just gonna try to make it halfway decent to make it look pretty. Now let's go pit all the back. Now I'm gonna know this one all the way back to make sure I'm on the utility that I'm locating, not on a water main. And you can see the water main is way out there. So you know I'm not on the water main. So you can see, I got a good peak response here. I mean, I got a good null response here, right here. Here's my null right there, and here's my peak. So in this case here now, I know how to cover it. This is where my duck is. So I'm gonna do null it all the way back. So I'm right here. I turn around to make my lines nice and straight. Man, they ride us on the curb. You can see the bars, the peak graph on top is moving consistent with the arrows. That's what you want to see. This is where you know you got a good peak response right here. You can see how the arrows are moving with the peak. See now over here, over here it's bleed off, and you can see where my peak graph is not moving consistently with my arrows. So if you get a null response like this, you guys say I bled out into a different utility, which right here is streetlights. I'm not getting a good peak and null response here, you know? My null and peak response is terrible. So if you ever get a null like that over your utility that you're marking, you will need to bring it back. You would need to go to the other end to verify that your marks are right and why it's not null in there. And I bet you any amount of money, when you go to the other utility to bring it back, you will have a better null response. But like right here, this is a shitty null response. You don't want to mark this utility because you're going to get the damage. And right there, you can see, this is a perfect null response. This is what you want to see. Your peak graph is moving with the arrows. See? This is what you want to see. So when you swing back and forth, you want a response like this. You get a response like this, god damn, you're on the money, folks. You're on the money. There's no questions about it that this is the line you're attempting to locate. This is where your current is on. So this is a beautiful tone. You should not have a question at all. When the peaks and nulls, right, when the null response is just beautiful, you know you're on the money. You can always double check it, turn it by peak. My response is still high on the graph. I'm at 3 feet, milliamps at 6.2, so I'm over the point by, you know, a little bit. And I turn it. My arrows are going this way. My graph bar, my peak graph bar on top. This is the peak graph bar, right? I didn't tell you this a long time ago. That it went all the way down. It went all the way down. So I know I'm on it. This is it. There's no questions. Beautiful peak response. Now my null. Beautiful null response. I hope this technique helps you guys in the field to identify your cable to make sure you're on your target point. You're not bleeding off onto different utility. Like I said before, if you don't have a good null response, bringing it back, most likely you bled onto a different utility because your null will always put you where your current is on. So my current's on this line and I'm getting a good null response on this line. I know my peak is true. Peak is the best method to locate, but we're nulling it back to verify that our peak is true, that we did not going down a route, we didn't bleed on to street lights or something else. That's why we null it back to verify if our peak is true. And you guys follow this technique, guaranteed you will not get a damage. You know, if you have any questions, please leave it in the comment below. And have a great day. Please subscribe, like, and all the good stuff. Thank you very much.